Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Whitley and we are in the middle of our 30-day journaling challenge. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, you should, or like, or comment, whatever you want to do. The idea is to grow this community. This community, I hope, is going to be vast, and I just welcome, other perspectives. Hopefully all positive, but, it is what it is. So we are on day 18 of this journaling challenge, and I hope for those who have started and who have decided to take this on for themselves, whenever you find this, you are finding out or allowing yourself to show up to the page as authentically as you possibly can, and you are giving yourself the space for the growth. And when this challenge is done, it is my idea that in a week's time, you give yourself a little space, you go back and reflect, and this is a great read for you, and you learn a lot about yourself. So with the day 18 journaling prompt, I think this will reveal a lot about who you are as a person, and obviously all of them really will, but it has a potential to be very illuminating in how you navigate the world in relation to other people. And the journaling prompt is, how do I handle conflict? Conflict is a part of life. Even if you are the most chill and go with the flow person, not everyone is required to be equally as chill and go with the flow with you. People have different experiences, life perspective, and so that doesn't always work for everybody. Some people are more studious, and some people like to just be type A personality. With that being said, if you're someone who's more chill and you are someone who's type A, you have those two people in the same room, and it really matters that you have to interact with someone or that person. There may come a point where you may be in conflict with them, and so how do you navigate that? How do you handle conflict with other people? Do you sweep it under the rug and pretend like it's not there? Do you dismiss it and invalidate other people? Are you someone that is overly confrontational? At any point of what you perceive a threat to be, you are willing to fly off at the handle, and you have latent anger issues? Not trying to judge, but how do you approach when something that you personally believe and another person personally believes is not in congruence? It is my recommendation that you learn how to maneuver and manage different expectations, but more importantly, hold space for someone else's perspective, and always lead with a win-win attitude to the best that you're able to. Some people are unrelenting. We as human beings can be very unrelenting and sometimes downright stubborn, but it's important that you don't mess up the integrity that you have with yourself, irregardless of the actions of someone else. As long as it's not getting physically violent, which God forbid, psychologically, emotionally violent, and you're in a bit of a conflict, I hope you're able to learn skills to navigate conflict. So that's the prompt. The first introspective question is, what are my kind of like what I touched on. First introspective question is what are my conflict resolution strategies? How do you resolve for this conflict? Are you leaning more anxious? Are you leaning more avoidant? It kind of goes back to attachment theory. Are you someone that is very secure and you're like, you know what, at the end of the day, I can admit my fault and I can see and hold space for someone else's perspective? And the overall idea is that the way to resolve this conflict is that we both win. We're in a win-win state, and there's both space for us to win. Getting away from the scarcity mentality of there isn't enough space for both of us to kind of have our truths be acknowledged and respected. So that is the first introspective question. The second introspective question is, how can I improve my approach to handling conflict? That can be a very multi-layered approach, but like I said, we can either go to a professional and learn how to find a way to stand up for yourself even when it seems insurmountable and you may fear the response of someone else. And that may mean that you grew up in a household or you grew up in an environment where there are a lot of people who control the emotional climate of the room, and you were always left in the corner and you didn't want to make a fuss because maybe you would become someone's target. But now that the target is on you and you are in the middle of a conflict, how are you going to navigate that, resolve that, and more importantly, how can you improve your approach to handling said conflict? So, yeah, this is a big journaling one. Like I always say, name, date, location, specific, time specific, this journal entry, prompt, introspective question 1 and 2, and give yourself that space for the next 15 minutes. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next journaling prompt.